Hi, welcome to Mrs. Park's Algebra 1 class. This is Chapter 7, Lesson 7, Multiplying Polynomials. So why are we doing this? Here's an example of why you would use this in a real-world situation. Body boards, which are used to ride waves, are made of foam and are more rectangular than surfboards. A body board's dimensions are determined by the height and the skill level of the user. The length of Anne's bodyboard should be Anne's height h minus 32 inches or h minus 32. The board's width should be half of Anne's height plus 11 inches or 1/2 height plus 11. To approximate the area of the bodyboard, you need to find, so you have the height minus 32 multiplied by 1/2 of the height plus 11. Alright, so let's find out how we can do this multiplication between polynomials. Multiply binomials. To multiply two binomials such as h minus 32 and 1/2 h plus 11, the distributive property is used. Binomials can be multiplied horizontally or vertically. So we're really just using the distributive property here. So you have the 2x first that you're going to distribute here and there. Okay. And then after you're done with the 2x, you're going to distribute the 3, again, same to the x, and then to the 5. So there's two methods that you can use. You can do either the vertical method or the horizontal method. The vertical method, you have 2x plus 3 multiplied by x plus 5. So normally when you do multiplication, you'll multiply everything by this first digit here, times 3, and then times 2x. So you have 15, and 5 times 2x is 10x. And then you would do the next digit to the left. You're going to multiply the x by the 3 and 2x to get 2, and then you get 3x plus 2x squared. So, and then you would add, just like you would with any other multiplication, you would add the top and bottom, and then you have 2x squared. So you have 10x plus 3x, which becomes 13x, and then you have your 15 that comes down. So here's your final answer. You can do it this way, or you can also do it the horizontal method. And as I showed up here, you multiply the 2x with the x and then 5, and then you add the 3 times x plus 3 times 5, and you're just doing the distributive property one step at a time, and then adding everything else. And here you can see that it's still the same answer as we did in the vertical method. Alright, let's try one more. Here is your vertical method, and then here's your horizontal method. So here you have x minus 2. I'm going to show you the final product here. X minus 2 times 3x plus 4. So you're going to multiply by 4 first, and you have 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. 4 times x is 4x. Next we did 3x times 2, which is, and mind you, if you're doing multiplication, let's say 35 times 12. Okay, if you remember how to do this, you would normally put a 0 here, move on to the next column, and then you would add. Okay, so just like that, we're doing the first column first, and then you can put an imaginary 0 there if you like. Then 3x times negative 2 is negative 6x. 3x times x is 3x squared, and then you can just add top and bottom. You see the like terms are 4x minus 2x become negative 2x. So here's your final answer here. Or you can use the horizontal method, which is doing the distributive property. So x times 3x times 4, so 3x squared plus 4x is what came out of there. And then the second part, here you have negative 2 times 3x, negative 6x, negative 2 times 4, negative 8. Okay, and then you combine the like terms, 4x minus 6x becomes negative 2x, and here's your answer, which is the same as if you did it the vertical method. Alright, so here's your turn numbers 1A and 1B. Go ahead and try those on a separate sheet of paper. Mind you, you can do either or. You can do the vertical method or horizontal method, whichever you prefer. And come back when you're done. Alright, so welcome back. If you are using the horizontal method, it's called FOIL. Well, anytime you're multiplying by two binomials, it's called FOIL. So FOIL stands for F for the first term, so first times first, O for the outer terms, that's the outer, and that's the outer. O for the outer terms, I for the inner terms, inside and inside, last for L, last and last. So if that makes it easy for you to remember, FOIL, okay, FOIL, first, outer, inner, last. Okay, so if you want to try to memorize that, FOIL, first, outer, inner, last. So when you see two binomials that you're multiplying by, you make sure that you have all four products that you're doing. So first, outer, inner, last. Then you know for sure that you did all four terms. Alright, notice that when two linear expressions are multiplied, the result is a quadratic expression. A quadratic expression is an expression in one variable with a degree of 2. When three linear expressions are multiplied, the result has a degree of 3. So something like this, if you have multiplying by two binomials, it's going to be called a quadratic expression. Your final product here is a quadratic expression, and that's when your one variable with a degree of 2 and your result has a degree of 3. So that's 2 and 1 together is 3 degrees. So anytime you have something squared plus another term with your same term variable, it's called a quadratic expression. Okay. Alright, so using the FOIL method. So FOIL method, first, outer, inner, last. First term times first term, 2y plus times 3y, 6y squared. O is outer, so out and out. 2y times 5 is 10y. Inner. So a lot of mistakes I see is when you do inner, that's a negative. That means negative 7 times 3y, negative 21y. And last, negative 7 times 5 is negative 35. Okay, and you combine the like terms, which is 10y minus 21y becomes negative 11y. So your final answer is 6y squared minus 11y minus 35. Okay, so here's another example here. First, outer, inner, last. So you're just multiplying those products and simplifying by combining like terms. Okay, here is your turns, number 2A through 2D. So there's 4 problems for this slideshow here. So go ahead and do those 4 problems and come back when you're done. Alright, welcome back. Let's try a real life scenario here. Swimming pool. A contractor is building a deck around a rectangular swimming pool. The deck is x feet from every side of the pool. Write an expression for the total area of the pool and deck. Okay. So we're finding the area of the entire place, including the deck and the pool. And each deck is x feet from every side of the pool. So that means even though this is 15 feet from here to here, you have x here and x there. So the length here is you have x here and x here. So 2 x's. So that's 2x plus 15. Okay. And the length here, again, you have 20 feet here, but x here and x here. So you have 2x plus 20. Okay. In order to find the area, you're going to multiply the side by length, the length by width. So multiply these two, and you have this equation here. Okay. Using the FOIL method, you have front or first. O stands for outer. Okay. And then you'll do I for inner and L for last. Okay. So you have four products here. You simplify them, combine the like terms, and you have 4x squared plus 70x plus 300. So that is the total area of the pool and the deck. Okay, so here's your turn number 3. If a pool is 25 feet long and 20 feet wide, find the area of the pool and deck. So it's the same pool. The deck is going to be x. So look back in your slide. Now instead of 15 and 20, you'll have 25 and 20. So if it makes it easier for you, here's your pool. Here's your deck. Okay, there's x and x. Oops. So this length and this length are x and x. And you have it's 25 feet long and 20 feet wide. So you can use the FOIL method again for this problem as well. Okay, so go ahead and solve that problem and come back when you're done. Alright, so multiplying polynomials. So if you have more than a binomial by binomial, okay, you're still going to use the same method. You're still using distributive property. So here you have 6x times 2x squared, 6x times, oops, ooh, 6x times negative 3x, 6x times negative 5. So when you do everything there, you have 6x times 2x squared, you have 12x to the third. There's a minus there. 6x times 3x, 18x squared, minus 6x times 5, 30x. Now, you have a 5 here that you're going to distribute the same way. 5 times 2x squared, that's a positive, so 10x squared. 5 times negative 3x minus 15x. Okay, and 5 times negative 5, negative 25. So when I combine these, I see there's one that has the third power. So that comes first. Remember, the degree with the highest power comes first. What I like to do is cross it out after I'm done, just to make sure that I'm not going to miss anything. You have negative 18x squared, and that's a plus 10x squared. That makes it negative 8x squared. Those are done. You have negative 30x minus 15x combined will be negative 45x. Those are gone. And you have minus 25. Okay. So once I crossed out everything, I know I'm done with everything. And there's your final answer. 12x to the third power minus 8x squared minus 45x minus 25. Okay. Same goes for example B. All you're doing is multiplying everything by the first term due to distributive property. Okay. So 2y times everything here. Second, do 3y multiply and do your distributive property. That's what became here. Actually, let me color code this for you. Alright, and then last term, negative 1, and you're going to multiply everything again using the distributive property. And once you do the distributive property, And then you would combine the like terms. So you did 6y to the fourth power, and then you have negative 10y to the third plus 9y to the third becomes negative y to the third. Positive 4y squared minus 15y, negative 14y squared. Oh, well, minus 3y squared. So those three combined becomes negative 14y squared. 6y plus 5y, 11y, and then minus 2. So I know that I've done all of them and combined the like terms, so here's your final answer. Alright, go ahead and do numbers 4a and 4b. These are the last two problems for the day. When you're done with this, you're done with your homework. So congratulations, and make sure you put it back in your book bag for credit for tomorrow. Thank you for watching.